An important question arises. Engineers already design machines. So, why should they study design? Why should they? What is there for them to learn in design? Okay. I would say engineers do not design machines. They are innovative and they are creative and they engineer the machines. They don't design the machines. Okay, that looks like it requires clarity, right? It requires a definition as to what is engineering and what is design. What is the big difference between these two? The word design has been diluted a lot, butchered a lot, misused a lot, abused a lot, I would say. There is a tendency to call any act of innovation, any act of creativity as design. No, everyone is innovative. Man, by default, humankind is innovative. Humankind is creative. It is only our jobs often don't demand our creativity, but by default, we are all innovative and creative. There's nothing like only artists and designers are creative. Nothing like that. Everyone is creative. So is an engineering profession. It is creative too. But look at the way on the roads we have signboards that say designer tailors. For all you know, he's only decorating stuff. He's not designing. He's only decorating. So often the word decorating is called designing. So somebody is doing a nice decoration with a color, trying to make flowers on a piece of fabric. He says he's designing flowers. That's not right. It's incorrect way to explain your activity. We have signboards that say designer cakes, designer hairstyling, and so on. So somewhere along the way, if somebody is trying to do something different, something new, something unique, it is referred to as being as designing. No, that is not designing. What is designing? Let's check this out. A mason is mixing the mortar in the right proportion, in the right way, and it is so important that the mixture is good because the building stays strong if the mortar mix is correct. But you cannot call him a civil engineer just because he has the skill to place the bricks the right way and in the right pointing, etc. That doesn't mean he's a civil engineer, right? One analogy we can call is architecture is to civil engineering, resulting in the spaces that we live in. Likewise, design is to industrial engineering, resulting in all the products that we see around us. Okay, let's dig a little deeper into this. So I would say engineers engineer and designers design would be the right way to use these words. What's the difference between these two? Engineers ensure function. Designers ensure usability. Okay? What is function and what is usability? If a product promises a certain kind of functional requirements, that is, a fan will run with as less noise as possible, it will be durable, it will work for so many years, guarantee, warranties are there, and structurally strong, appropriate use of materials, the right kind of production process, the motor is efficient, it consumes less current, and it is effective. All these, the material used is good quality copper winding. All this ensures that the machine is functionally well engineered. Okay, so we can say engineers ensure functional efficiency and effectiveness, right? Regardless of who is actually switching on the fan or switching off the fan. Okay, look at this, the world of engineering. It's about mass production, math, physics, strength of materials, wear and tear, inventory, precision, technology, structure, machine performance, efficiency, and so on. A whole lot of other things, which is the world of the engineer, right? Remember this because we'll be comparing this with the world of the designer soon. And predominantly, the engineering world is uh, uh, a lot about ruled by the left brain. It's a whole lot of logical things, it's analytical, a whole lot of things are reasoned out, why things are the way they are, right? Now, coming to the designer's world, what is usability? If a product promises some features, said and unsaid, the user should be able to understand, access, and use the features of that product. And conditions apply. The user should be safe. The user should be able to use it preferably intuitively. The user should be able to use it comfortably. And most importantly, the user should have a tremendous sense of satisfaction. This is what a designer promises in a product. The designer's world is all about the user, and the user can be he, she, or it can be an it. Look at this. A designer can be designing a kennel for a pet at home. He could be designing a pot or choosing a pot for a plant at home, or you could be designing a chair for a woman or a man, an old person, a child, doesn't matter. So all this are part of a typical design project, right? So all this become the user. So when we say user, it is not just about only humans. Depending on what you are designing for and whom you are designing for, the user changes. So if you are designing the kennel, the user is the dog. If you are designing the pot, the user is the plant. And if you are designing a chair for a person, it's the person who's the user. And what is important here is the designer should understand the characteristics of the user before attempting to design the product for the user. And look at the world of the designer. Muscular fatigue, fashion and trends, distraction, physiology, anatomy, static and dynamic loads, ergonomics, anthropometry, memory, and so many other things that the designer should understand before he can attempt to start designing the product. But apart from the usability aspects, there is also what is called the visual design, as mentioned earlier, the form of the product, right? The visual qualities of the product. I am sure the person who designed this Remy Martin bottle would have sketched this 100 times, if not 1,000 times, before finalizing, okay, this will be the curve that they will finally take into consideration. What a beautiful form. Automobile styling applies to four-wheelers, two-wheelers, the world of the designer, the kind of tools that he's using, colors, sketches, pencils, erasers, French curves, largely dominated by the right brain, creative imagination, intuition, and the art side. If an engineer can build these design qualities over, he can then bring these two worlds together, the left brain and the right brain together, and that can create wonders, right?